The world watched in shock and horror as news broke of violent attacks against Israeli citizens in Amsterdam. The scenes of chaos and unrest in the streets of Amsterdam were broadcast globally, capturing the attention of millions. These brutal attacks, which occurred following a highly anticipated football match between Maccabi Tel Aviv and Ajax Amsterdam, sent shockwaves through Israel. The match, which was supposed to be a celebration of sportsmanship and camaraderie, turned into a nightmare for many. The initial response from the Israeli government was swift and decisive, reflecting a nation's deep concern for its people abroad. The urgency of the situation demanded immediate action, and the Israeli officials wasted no time in addressing the crisis. The Israeli government, led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, immediately sprang into action. Netanyahu, known for his strong leadership, addressed the nation, assuring them that every possible measure would be taken to ensure the safety of Israeli citizens. The gravity of the situation was undeniable. The faces of Israeli officials, marked by concern and determination, mirrored the collective anxiety of the nation. The breaking news headlines only added to the sense of urgency. Reports of the attacks, though still emerging, painted a disturbing picture. Journalists on the ground in Amsterdam provided real-time updates, highlighting the severity and brutality of the violence. Israeli fans who had gathered in the heart of Amsterdam to support their team were targeted with unprovoked violence. The scenes of panic and fear among the fans were heart-wrenching. The attacks sparked outrage and condemnation not just in Israel but around the world. Protests and demonstrations erupted, with people expressing their anger and demanding justice for the victims. The Israeli military, renowned for its preparedness and efficiency, received orders to prepare for a rescue mission. The soldiers, trained for such emergencies, were ready to act at a moment's notice. This mission, as outlined by military spokesman Avichai Adrai, was to involve not only military personnel but also medical teams. The inclusion of medical personnel underscored the seriousness of the situation and the need for immediate medical assistance. They were prepared to be deployed on cargo planes, ready to evacuate those affected by the violence. The sight of medical teams boarding planes was a testament to Israel's commitment to its citizens' well-being. The initial response, characterized by a sense of urgency and resolve, underscored Israel's commitment to protecting its citizens. The coordinated efforts of government officials and military personnel highlighted the nation's readiness to respond to crises. It reflected a nation's deep-seated instinct to safeguard its own, no matter where they may be. The evacuation efforts were a clear demonstration of Israel's dedication to ensuring the safety of its people. However, as the situation unfolded, a shift in strategy began to emerge. The Israeli government, while continuing its immediate response efforts, also started to reevaluate its long-term plans to prevent such incidents in the future. The discussions among officials indicated a proactive approach to addressing the root causes of the violence and ensuring the safety of Israeli citizens worldwide. As more information about the attacks in Amsterdam came to light, a shift in Israel's approach became evident. The initial wave of urgency, while understandable, gave way to a more measured response. The decision was made to transition from a military-led evacuation to a civilian-led effort. This shift in strategy, announced by military spokesman Avichai Adrai, signaled a move towards diplomacy and international cooperation. It reflected a calculated decision to prioritize communication and coordination with Dutch authorities. The decision to cancel the deployment of Israeli soldiers to the Netherlands was a strategic one. This decision was not made lightly. It was the result of careful consideration and communication with relevant political authorities. The assessment, as Adrai explained, was that a military presence on foreign soil, while initially considered necessary, could potentially escalate the situation. This calculated shift from a military to a civilian approach highlighted Israel's commitment to resolving the situation peacefully and responsibly. It underscored the importance of diplomatic channels and international cooperation in addressing such incidents. This measured response, while a departure from the initial reaction, demonstrated a deep understanding of the complexities of the situation. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in a display of leadership and resolve, issued clear directives in response to the attacks. His immediate response was a testament to his commitment to the safety and well-being of Israeli citizens abroad. His orders reflected a two-pronged approach, ensuring the immediate safety of Israeli citizens in Amsterdam and facilitating their swift and secure return. This comprehensive strategy was designed to address both the immediate threat and the logistical challenges of evacuation. Netanyahu, deeply troubled by the events unfolding in Amsterdam, wasted no time in mobilizing resources. He understood the urgency of the situation and acted swiftly to coordinate with various agencies and officials. He ordered the preparation of 2 planes, ready to be dispatched to the Netherlands. These planes were equipped with all necessary provisions to ensure a safe and efficient evacuation process. These planes, as per his directive, were to be used to evacuate Israeli citizens and bring them home safely. The logistics were meticulously planned to avoid any delays or complications. The gravity of the situation was not lost on the Prime Minister. He was acutely aware of the potential dangers and the need for a prompt and effective response. In a public statement, he condemned the attacks as appalling and demanded swift action from the Dutch government. His words were firm and unambiguous, reflecting his determination to protect Israeli citizens. He urged the Dutch authorities to take a firm stance against the perpetrators, ensuring the safety of all Israeli citizens within their borders. His call for action was a clear message that the safety of his people was non-negotiable. Netanyahu's directives, delivered with a sense of urgency and determination, underscored his commitment to the well-being of his people. His leadership during this crisis was a source of reassurance for many. His actions, swift and resolute, reflected a leader's unwavering dedication to protecting his nation's citizens, no matter the circumstances. The coordination between various agencies and the seamless execution of the evacuation plan were a testament to his effective leadership. His words and actions resonated deeply with the Israeli public, reassuring them that their safety and security remained paramount. The successful return of the citizens was a moment of relief and gratitude, highlighting the importance of strong and decisive leadership in times of crisis. Section 4. Echoes of History. Ben-Gvir's concerns over anti-Semitism. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, visibly shaken by the recent spate of attacks in Amsterdam, voiced concerns that resonated deeply within Israel and beyond. His reaction was not just a political stance, but a deeply personal response to the rising tide of anti-Semitism that has been sweeping across Europe and other parts of the world. He characterized these attacks as blatant acts of anti-Semitism, highlighting a disturbing trend that continues to plague the world. The incidents in Amsterdam were not isolated. They were part of a broader, more sinister pattern of hatred and intolerance that has been growing in recent years. Ben-Gvir, known for his outspoken nature and unyielding stance on issues of national security, did not mince words. His speeches were filled with a sense of urgency and a call to action, urging people to recognize the gravity of the situation. He condemned the attacks as cowardly acts targeting innocent individuals solely based on their Jewish identity. His condemnation was not just a political statement, but a heartfelt plea for justice and protection for all Jewish communities around the world. His words, sharp and direct, reflected the raw emotion felt by many in Israel and among Jewish communities worldwide. The pain and fear were palpable, and Ben-Gvir's passionate speeches resonated deeply with those who have experienced the sting of anti-Semitism firsthand. The attacks, as Ben-Gvir pointed out, were not isolated incidents. They were part of a larger pattern of anti-Semitism that has reared its ugly head in recent years. This pattern, he argued, must be recognized and addressed with the utmost seriousness. They were part of a larger pattern of anti-Semitism that has reared its ugly head in recent years. The resurgence of such hateful ideologies is a stark reminder of the dangers that still exist, even in modern, supposedly enlightened societies. He called for a united front against such hatred, emphasizing the need for vigilance and zero tolerance towards any form of discrimination. His call to action was not just for Israel, but for the global community, urging everyone to stand together against the forces of hatred and division. His concerns, rooted in a long and painful history, resonated deeply within Israel. The memories of past atrocities, such as the Holocaust, are still fresh in the minds of many, and Ben-Gvir's words served as a poignant reminder of the importance of never forgetting and always fighting against such evils. The echoes of past atrocities, fueled by hatred and intolerance, served as a stark reminder of the importance of combating anti-Semitism in all its forms. The lessons of history Ben-Gvir emphasized must guide our actions today to ensure a safer and more just world for future generations. His words were a call to action, a plea for unity and understanding in a world often divided. Ben-Gvir's passionate advocacy for the Jewish community and his unwavering stance against anti-Semitism serve as a powerful reminder of the ongoing struggle for justice and equality. His message is clear: only through solidarity and collective action can we hope to overcome the forces of hatred and build a world where everyone can live in peace and security. Section 5. A call for justice. The need for a thorough investigation in Amsterdam. As the dust settled and the initial shock subsided, the focus shifted to the pursuit of justice. The attacks in Amsterdam, regardless of motivation, demanded a thorough and impartial investigation. The world looked to the Dutch authorities to take the lead, to uncover the truth and hold those responsible accountable. The need for a comprehensive investigation was paramount. The details surrounding the attacks, while still emerging, pointed to a premeditated and coordinated effort. Eyewitness accounts, though fragmented, suggested a level of organization that was deeply concerning. The international community, united in its condemnation of the violence, called for transparency and due process. The Dutch authorities, entrusted with the responsibility of conducting the investigation, faced immense pressure to deliver justice. The world watched, waiting for answers. The pursuit of justice, however, extended beyond identifying and apprehending the perpetrators. It required addressing the root causes of such hatred and intolerance. It demanded a collective effort to combat prejudice and discrimination in all its forms. The investigation in Amsterdam, while focused on a specific incident, represented a larger battle against hate.